Welcome to Quassi's Bell Tower with your host, Quassi, and today we're going to learn how to make stalagmites. So let's get to it. Okay, in this project we are going to make a stalagmite. And what we're going to use is a scrap piece of XPS foam. It can be any thickness. I prefer mine to be a little thinner, so I grabbed myself a thinner piece. So we're just going to take a bamboo skewer and just cut it into random sizes. Get one a little bit smaller. And there. Try to make sure they're not all the same size. Or whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. So go ahead and put them in random spaces. Yes, they're going to lean, and you're going to have to try to put them in, you know what, I want this big one here. You're just going to have to hold them in place while the glue dries. I am going to use a hot glue. I'm going to use a high temp one, and just put some glue along the edges of it, or along the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to have to let this cool off, because you want the glue to, you want to apply this glue on top of each other in layers. And you can do this in several different ways. Of course I'm out of glue. And I'm also going to let you know that you are going to eat up glue sticks quite a bit in this project. So just try to get them balanced and level to your liking. Might have to actually hold one of them in place, maybe. And then we'll be right back and we'll start adding some layers to it. Wow, this is taking forever. Yeah, and see, those are really loose. Yeah, look at that shit. You're just gonna have to hold it in place. Oh, I swore. Well, now you're leaning that way. You're gonna have the leaning towers over here. The leaning stalagmites. Darn. Darn, that one just keeps saying, oh, I ain't staying still for nobody. Jeez Louise. It doesn't like me. So I'm going to apply some more on this while I hold the bigger one there. I'm just not going to put too much on that one. Let's just put a little bit of dab there, a little bit of dab there, a little bit of dab there. Now, of course, this hot glue is so darn hot that the glue that I glued on there previously is heated up, and now the popsicle, or the popsicle sticks, the stalagmites are just moving everywhere. Stop moving! Okay guys, so we're gonna try this again. I'm still holding this big one in place because it doesn't like me. And of course, again, I'm out of glue. Like I said, you go through glue like crazy doing this. But it should be worth it in the end. It should be. The littler ones I seem to be having better luck with. And I'm going to just do what I was doing with this one previously, and that's just putting glue on top and letting it go down. Now what I'm also going to do with these guys is I am going to connect them together. I want them to be like they've slowly grown together over the years. So I'm just going to add some glue here and there. Maybe give it a little texture up the side of the stalagmites. Make sure I get that spot in there filled in. and fill that spot in there. So eventually you're going to make a little texture to it anyways. Oh, now you want to lean that way, you little son of a gun. Stop doing it. You guys can actually still see the barbecue skewers, but of course once you paint it up you won't be able to see them at all. And I'm going to put a little more glue on the top of this one because I can see the popsicle or the barbecue skewer. And I'd like to cover that up as best I can. And then I'll just draw a couple lines down some of them. And I probably should wait it for this glue to dry a little bit better. But sometimes I get a little impatient. I try to make my videos as short as possible because my upload on my internet is horrible. Actually, my internet here is horrible. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to now cut along the edges here. You can clean off any of the dry wisp that are on it. And just go ahead and pull those off. So what I am going to do is you can just take a sharp blade if you have one, which I don't even think this is sharp, but we're going to use it. And I am just going to cut some of this excess pieces off. Now I'm also probably going to use I have one of those wire or a wand wire cutters, and I will try to use that and give it some more texture. Okay, so now I'll use my little wand hot wire cutter here to trim some of this excess off. Hopefully it's, yeah, there it is, it's plugged in. That's a good thing. Okay. And I can still feel the glue that's warm and hasn't dried 100%. So if you just take this tool, if you find one of these, this is a Woodland Scenic wand, hot wire wand cutter, and this thing works awesome. And then, you know what, I want to change that up a bit. There we go. And that is it, guys. I can actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come in with this. I know I'm not even showing you guys how I'm doing this, right? Jeez. The only thing about zooming in is you don't have much room to work. See, now that looks nice. You don't have much room when you're zoomed in to show what you're doing when you're way up here. But that's it. I am going to let this dry a little bit more, and then we will go through with coats of paint and paint it up. Of course, with this one I used a light color. Maybe I'll use a color a little bit darker. I'm going to use several different colors on it because I want it to look like different minerals have been deposited on this. Okay, guys, this is surprisingly is still kind of warm at the touch a little bit. I am going to go ahead and apply some burnt umber paint to it, and we'll see how this comes out. And then I will probably go through with some lighter colors or whatever else. So we're just going to paint this up, and you'll probably have to do several coats because you want to make sure this paint sticks to it, and you're not seeing any of the barbecue skewers or any of the hot glue at all. You don't want it to look transparent. I could have black bombed this, yeah, and done it that way, but I decided, nah, not this time around. So, I mean, that's your call how you want to paint it. So that's it, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint this bad boy up. And then I'll come back to it and give it some other coats. And then I'll put it on the table for you guys to see. So I'll be right back. So there you guys go. Those are the final pieces, my stalagmites that I made. This is the one we did on camera, and these are the ones I did off camera because I realized, hey, I got these cavern tiles, and they would go perfect on here in just random places. and I think they look really, really nice. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's move this camera down just like that so you can see that. But that's them. So that's it, everybody. That's my video for today. So please subscribe, and like always, ring that like button like a hunchback. Until next time.